Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on an episode. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were in this city, we were working on the Quebec side of the map and we did some suburban expansion. Really getting some people into the city close to the high school. That was kind of our goal. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a bit more of that, but focusing more on the downtown side of the Ontario side of things. So with that, the city is kind of two cities in one. We have one side of the river being a city, and the other side of the river being the other city, kind of in the style of Ottawa-Gatineau in Canada. Two very different cities, yet there's only a river in between the two. So with that, we are going to hop out and take a look at what we did last time. All right, so here we are in the city, and this is what we did last time. We built up all of this kind of like in a gridded kind of wavy pattern, a good little fun combo here, and I thought that was fun. We added in some roundabouts too along this Avenue Garneau, and you know, honestly, I think it looks good. I really like this main street here along Hemlock. A lot of smaller houses, you know, just very similar styles, and I think this is pretty cool. So in today's episode, we're going to be working out over on the Ontario side of things. And we're going to be kind of working out over here. We have some demand for some high density residential and some medium density. So I'm thinking that it might be a cool opportunity to start planning out some of the downtown area, particularly in this kind of pocket. So that is kind of the goal. But then there's also a few other maintenance things that I want to get up to, like the landfill over here. I don't want this here anymore. Let's try and figure out a spot to move it to. And then there's also the sewage outlet. Let's also move that, and then maybe also some of these over here, these livestock farms. I think that would be nice to kind of move, or at least change up a little bit. I don't really mind leaving some of these kind of farms, but this is a little too close in the center of the city for me. But yeah, that's kind of the plan today. But before we kind of dive into that, I want to let you know that the Skylines 6 is having a holiday live stream event on December 29th. And you'll see the times kind of up on the screen here. I'll be batting leadoff and going at 11 a.m. Eastern time on the 29th, so that's gonna be a ton of fun. And then it'll, you know, roll right into the other Skyline 6 members, kind of like what we did on the Halloween live stream. So a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Come hang out with us if you're not doing anything over the holiday break. And speaking of the holiday break, let me know down in the comments if you're doing anything fun over the holidays. I'm kind of just staying home this holiday season, which is totally fine with me because I get to spend time with my little dog, Kevin. So let's dive into this kind of area here. And, you know, the demands I'm a little interested in because I'm definitely interested in doing some mixed housing in kind of the downtown core. But the high density stuff, you know, I haven't really dabbled in. And it looks like we're pretty good to kind of place it down in here. It looks like we're in the green. If we look at this, I've adjusted some taxes to kind of get some more demands going, and we're still making money, so that's all good with me. But also, if we look at our population right here, we have an unemployment rate of 7.6%. So we should really start thinking about adding some jobs in, which is why that mixed density was kind of calling my name a little bit. All right, so right along Autumn Street here, we have the canal. Now, I think I did this off camera because the canal work was really frustrating me. It's not as seamless as it is in City Skylines 1. And it does look like the water level is going down, which is concerning. So I might need to bump up the idea of getting a canal connection from the lake all the way over to here sooner rather than later. Yeah, this is where I'm thinking about starting. Let's dive into this by clearing some trees. All right, so right on this intersection here, you know, it's gotta be mixed density because I'm thinking like when you're in this situation here, we have, you know, this light and then you're turning left to go onto the bridge here. I don't think an apartment building would look necessarily perfect there, but a mixed density unit might. And, you know, honestly, probably not a residential kind of pocket right there. Maybe that would be a bit more down this way. So maybe this is a bit more of the high density. I'm going to make sure that we're using the North American theme for this. So let's go with the North American commercial buildings right through here. We'll see what kind of pops up, because we do need those jobs. But then right down here, we'll go with some mixed density along Autumn Street, about there. We'll see. Oh, hopefully that was North American style. I think so. And then we'll do a bit more mixed density right through here. And then how about right in this corner, we get cool, large residential building. Actually, I don't really like how that kind of looks. So let's delete those and take this off right here. Yeah, perfect. One larger one. That's what I wanted. So when I'm looking at the grid here, I don't think we're going to get any further connections on Autumn Street. This will probably be the last one before the bridge. So that means we can definitely expand these roads out all the way to the shoreline. All right, so I think this is a good start here. And let's take a look at these buildings. Yeah, these kind of buildings are a bit more akin to kind of something you'd see on these kind of corners, where there's a major turning point here. So honestly, I think we need to upgrade this road already, because we definitely need that dedicated turning lane. Is that enough? Just that one little one? Or should we flip it around? No, because we definitely need the... I don't see why not, actually. Oh, actually, we're going to delete stuff if we do that. And that was frustrating to deal with. So maybe I just do this one. We get a small dedicated left right in that little slide, that little corner right there, right in the middle. That's a little funny. But if the game lets it, might as well let it happen. This might have to turn into a roundabout at some point. But I don't think I'm actually going to get a road off of this going this way. I think we'll definitely change up and maybe get that road coming up from that side. But that's a future Steven problem. Right now we're just kind of looking at these buildings because, yeah, these buildings are pretty cool. I like these mixed density, or sorry, these are the commercial buildings. These are the mixed density, which make a little bit more sense. I do like this. Having people living alongside this canal area definitely is something that I think is appropriate. But wow, this is a one tall condo tower. This might be the tallest building in Ottawa if this was in Ottawa. I'm kidding. There's probably at least one that's taller. But it looks like we need some parking lots. There's lots of cars parked through here. I think we could definitely sneak a parking lot on the back half of these blocks. All right, just a couple little parking lots here and there. Definitely look good. But then I want to get a couple more buildings in here. So we just used a high density building. I'm a little bit worried about using another one. So why don't we go with that's the low rent one. Why don't we go with the medium density right through here? We'll see what kind of pops up with these. Might want to actually leave a grid line open for a pathway or something like that, because it does look like there's access behind these buildings, which is something that I do like to keep in mind when building. So we'll just do something like this. Actually, I want to get as close as I can to the mixed density building. There we go. And then same thing right here. This one's going to look like it doesn't go anywhere, but I guess in a way it goes to the backside of buildings, right? So very, very fun. But looking at this, I think we definitely have some cool spaces here for other buildings. But let's take a look at the city as a whole really quickly, because we're going to need to look at like our education levels and stuff, because we're probably going to need an elementary school somewhere nearby on this side, because the nearest one's over here, which is pretty much full. How is our other one doing? Also getting close to full. And yeah, so I think we're probably going to need a second or third elementary school, depending on how you look at things. And I would rather it be further away from this kind of large peninsula, because that's where I'm planning on having a lot of the high density stuff. So I'm guessing this is probably our best kind of slot right in here for it. We didn't really expand this way. Perhaps we do that first, and we also look at how the roads are going to go up this hill, because that's pretty steep. All right, so the hill has been softened quite a bit, and I think that'll be beneficial for us in the long run here. So let's, the idea here is that we're getting a spot for an elementary school in this kind of area. So let's turn on these topography lines, and let's build out this road here and figure out where this is going to go, because this road is pretty major street. And honestly, I think maybe this is the one that kind of goes and turns into like the waterfront road or something. We'll get a connection through here, and then maybe it goes out in this direction in the future. Wow, look at the terrain. This map is quite challenging with the hills. All right, so we'll figure out how to approach this rail crossing at another time. Yeah, I think this is going to be good to kind of start off with. So let's think about the elementary school, the whole purpose of this. And I don't want it on one of these main streets, so I'm thinking on one of these quieter streets is probably the better bet. So if we plop it down right here, we can then get the elementary school off of this. So where is it? Oh my gosh, education. There we go. Elementary school right there. Very good. And yep, okay, we're good. And now we need to plan the grid out around it. So we got to make sure that we're being a bit continuous with our grid pattern through here, because this is a downtown core. The grid patterns are typically very similar in downtown cores, at least. So let's get this kind of going. And then we need this one right here as well. I think each grid is a 10 by 10. And should this one be centered on this road? Why not? Let's do that. There we go. Maybe it's an old government building or something like that that is now an elementary school, or something along those lines. I don't see us getting this one to be upgrading this one too much, just because of its location. It definitely plays plays pretty good into kind of fitting in this kind of grid block right here. So I will leave it at that. But then I realized as I was placing the curved road that we should have probably planned out the grid first. So let's click this in. I want to make sure that this is all lined up like that. And there we go. Okay, so it sorted itself out, so that's all clean. So now the curve starts technically after this road, which is very, very good. Did I clean this part up? No, I don't think I did. All right, so this grid pattern gives us a pretty good kind of starting point to play with. Should we need to upgrade it, like we can take out like a road like here or there to kind of add in some nuance to the road layout and stuff. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. This is flowing pretty well. We're not going to do anything with this road yet. I think we're just going to stick to this pocket today. So while we were kind of waiting on that, our demands kind of shot up again. I'm really pleased with how things are going, with how this is looking, and then also our taxes, which was a huge ordeal a couple weeks ago, because we were just very much in the red. So I'm glad this is sorting itself out today. But look at this, we have office demand too. That is really, really cool. Why do we have office demand? I didn't think that we technically really did. The labor availability, that is good to know. High skill labor availability for the industrial, but I'm definitely going to lean towards the commercial in kind of this episode. I'm really pleased with the height of these buildings too, but offices I'm really curious about, because we were just about to unlock some high density offices, so I don't think I'm actually going to really use offices until we unlock that. I'm going to still focus on commercial, mixed zoning, and high density commercial and stuff. So if this was to be a main street, I suppose that some commercial buildings in this zone would make sense. All right, a good little mix going on right through here. And I think this whole block could be very well a medium density little block right there. That would make sense. And then we're going along the main street here. There we go. Let's get rid of this view. We should probably think about getting that mixed zoning again. Ooh, I don't like this. Why is it zoning up like this? There we go. That's a lot cleaner. This is all broken up too, but that's fine because that's residential. Okay, very, very cool. So we're kind of killing our medium density demand. So why don't we add in another smaller high density building right here, leaving a space because that will create a cool opportunity for a path. But then right behind here, we're probably going to need a bit of a parking lot. So I'm looking at this road right here. There's no way I don't want to connect it up here, so that's not going to happen. But we could easily just kind of bring it out on the same grid pattern like this, connecting it up right there. It's a bit tricky to see because of the shadow of the building. It's a pretty large building. I don't love that connection point. It's not like CS1 where the roads just kind of connect with a pedestrian path if it's close. So I think I want to bring it out to about here, and then we can get a pedestrian path connection in. So probably leading towards that sidewalk is probably a good idea. Then we can do the same thing right here, but we could bring it out kind of like this or something. Yeah, very cool. And then we can get that sneaky path right in, right through here. Actually, hold on. No, because I want to make sure we have a spot for our parking lot. All right, a bit tricky to see with the shade, but I did have to delete this path that we just placed down. That's okay though, because there it is again in different format. But then right through here, so we're going with 2 high density buildings. Whoa, those are very large. I think it would be cool if we could get this one to be the rest of this lot to be a mixed zone building right up against that one. We'll see what happens. And then we just need that sneaky path through here. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, this downtown kind of core is coming along pretty good. I'm really liking these buildings. Very, very cool. What is this? Whoops. This building. What is this symbol? Waiting for a hearse. Ooh, okay, healthcare. I did notice a couple of those symbols pop up in the background somewhere. Oh, what are these? What's going on over here? High resource costs. And what are they? They need metal ore and metals, okay. And these people need metal ores and metal. Okay, well, we don't have the opportunity to get that. I'll show you in a second. But where is our healthcare? Oh yeah, there is no healthcare availability out this way. Our closest one is over here, and our closest hearses are over there. So I think we have another cemetery on the Quebec side right here, and then another healthcare clinic over here. So it looks like we're due for a second health clinic. So we have a bit of a low density pocket right through here. Why don't we get our clinic nearby? Let's turn on snapping again. And does it fit kind of in this? No, it doesn't. It doesn't fit in our grids. Oh no, that's okay. Maybe we can make an exception and place it down right here because it's kind of like not on the grid pattern. Ooh, I don't love how it's on a hill though. All right, well, this looks a little funny with the concrete here, but honestly, I think it's probably fine. We can leave this as is, as long as we clean up the terrain around it, because I don't love that hitbox. So we'll just kind of smooth it out around it. Makes it look a little bit more natural that way. But yeah, okay. Looking good. So hopefully with that health clinic, we should have a bit more things going on over here now. Yeah, it's in the yellow, which is, I guess, fine. Yeah, okay. So how's our power doing if we're doing some checkups? Water too, we're good. Garbage, we're just ignoring for now. And fire is good, apparently. That's good. And then police, we're also good. Okay, sweet. Transportation we'll do on another episode, because that takes up a ton of real estate in the episode. But let's resume the game here. It's starting to rain, which I don't love how that looks sometimes, because it kind of distracts me with the different shading and stuff. But maybe it'll refill the lake with water. That would be cool. So interested to see what pops up there. But let's continue working down through here, because I do think that this is the best opportunity for some high density residential zoning. In the downtown core of Ottawa in real life, high density zoning along or in the downtown core for residential, there's not a ton, which is a big detractor when it comes to talking about the city of Ottawa, the life, the nightlife kind of in Ottawa and stuff like that, and talking about kind of how the city is after work hours really is a big deal in the Ottawa sphere of things, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's not a lot of high density zoning in the downtown core itself. So the downtown's kind of empty after maybe say 5 p.m. on weekdays and stuff like that. So there's not a ton of it, but I think that when we're looking at this city as a whole, we really gotta get that high density zoning somewhere, and it might as well be in one of the most pristine areas in the city by the Grand Bridge and the Old City. So I don't think we're gonna get any buildings on this little pocket right here. I suppose I could kind of buff it out a little bit. If we bring down this, whoops, I need this one. We could kind of bring it out a little bit more. Maybe get one building kind of thing. Yeah, I suppose we could get a building right through here. That'd be a pretty cool building, but also a park would be nice too. And like the pedestrian path connections up into this area might be more useful than a building in that situation. But I did manage to get a clean grid pocket through here. So let's get that high density zoning right through there. Then we'll continue with that mixed zoning right in this pocket here, to about here, I think. Yeah, and then we can go with maybe a medium density, just kind of change things up a little bit right in that little pocket. Oh, we're getting 2 buildings. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Let's delete these and take off this, and hopefully that should, yeah, there we go. Now we just have 1. So hopefully we've added a lot of population, but also at the same time we've been adding jobs. Yep, that's very good. We're seeing that reflected in the unemployment rate. It's actually going down a little bit, but not very fast for the amount of stuff we've actually zoned in. So we'll go back with some high density commercial right through here, kind of continuing the this Main Street kind of theme. Laurel Street, very close to a street in Ottawa called Laurier Street. So like that connection. But then I also want to get a bit more medium density zoning kind of along through here. I don't mind this street being a bit of a residential street, particularly because of how close it is to the elementary school. But should we get a bus line down through here at least? Just to at least get something here for the time being, and I think so. We don't really have a ton. We have a ton of taxis going through here. So before we dive too much into transit and stuff in the future, I think it'd be a good opportunity for us to get some bus stops in. So why don't we get a bus stop there? We'll bring it down the street, and maybe another one right here. Not the best spot for a bus stop in real life, but that's okay. And then we'll bring it right. Should we turn at the college? No, it's okay. We'll bring this one right down through here. And then, yeah, we'll just go right down this main street here because we can connect up with the Gatineau buses along this side at that bus stop and that bus stop, and then we can get it to turn around over here somewhere. I don't know. Let's figure this out. Oh, and we're gonna need bus stops on the other side too, coming back. So we'll get a bus stop right here and right here, and we'll go on the opposite sides of things. Okay. So we'll connect up here, 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 all the way over to this side, following this kind of main road that we've built ourselves. And then we're going to turn here at this main road to connect up with the Gatineau buses. I actually want it to go down this street though. And then we will bring it all the way to here and then bring it all the way back. All right, that's just going to get some people moving. We definitely need to figure out transit in the future now that we actually are making a ton of money and stuff. Like this is wild how much money we're actually making now. I know there's been some updates and stuff to how things work, but yeah. So we needed metal ores and stuff from those buildings earlier. So here it is. We're running a huge deficit. Now they are close to the train, to the cargo station, which is beneficial. What the heck's going on over here? Traffic jam. That's probably from the people moving in again, like we had last time. So I think we can just probably leave it. So where is that metal ore that we would need for to satisfy those needs? Well, they're all the way over here, and there's not really any ore nearby, so I don't see us really getting to that point anytime soon, to be honest. This is the closest one this is the one we're closest to. So if I were to buy a tile, it wouldn't even reach it. So I don't think we're really ready. However, I can see us maybe getting this tile out here and then just maybe throwing one down and just kind of running away. So why don't we do that? We'll get this tile right through here. We'll buy it. We'll see if we actually reached it. If we go back to our resources, no, we didn't. See, that is frustrating. But we do have 22 tiles though, so that is good. In the end, we'll buy all 4 of these. There we go. Let's purchase it. And now if we take a look, we should be, yeah, we're in the green through here. So we have a road running through this side. It's just a highway, it looks like. So why don't we continue that all the way up through here, and then we'll figure out a way to kind of move the highway along, and we'll divert off of it to get a bit of ore. All right, so now that we have that there, we can see that we've kind of come close to it, and now we need a road kind of diverting off of this highway up the hill into this area. So let's choose a spot, and I'm gonna flatten out some terrain here as well during it. So let's just choose, say, this spot right here. Flatten out this. This will be kind of where we've kind of cut into the earth a little bit. And we also need to get a road up there. So we'll use just a basic road. And we'll start at this point right here. We'll kind of see, look how steep that is. That's pretty wild. So I'm actually going to level this out a little bit on this pocket here, just so that we have a better grade for trucks. All right, so we have this winding road running up through here now, which is awesome. And then what we'll do is we'll just get that that specialized industry right here, ore mining. We also have coal mining. I don't think we actually need coal, but it's the ore that we need, right? So we look at our production. Yeah, we don't really have a demand for coal. We can still get some in, but we definitely have a demand for that ore. So let's plop those down. And I know that there's some pretty cool factors that come in when placing this down. Okay, we need snapping on. We'll plop this one down right here. So let's turn snapping off again. No, off, please. There we go. And where's the entrance? And I want it as close as we can to this corner here. Okay, awesome. The concrete is there, so it shows that there's a connection. So this is the ore mill or ore area, and what we'll do is we'll get snapping back on for this. Oh, wait, hold on. I need this, the area tool. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this one we'll bring out to about where the terrain starts to change, and then we'll bring it all the way down. Oh, we'll bring it all the way. How does this thing work again? All right, so here we go. I'll click play, and hopefully that should sort itself out. And then, oh yeah, there we go. Some cool buildings in play there. Oh yeah, we need water, sewage, and everything like that. Okay, I'll get that in a second. But we also will place a little coal power plant down, or a coal mining area down over here as well. So hopefully that is connected on the road there, and then I'll just buffer this out a little bit further. And we don't need a lot, right? So I think if we just buff it out a little bit, leave that little bump there right here to kind of show that you know, that's the the borders of the facility and stuff. I think that would be cool. All right, we'll leave it at that for now. Hopefully that gets us everything we need. Oh, but we need power and water, of course. Yeah, not enough water, backed up sewer. Okay, that's everything. So that is because this is a highway. So what we can do is we could run a connection down through here, like a utilities right of way. And I think that would be a cool idea. So let's connect our power up. And we'll go across the street here. We'll turn off this view. And then we need to find a utilities right of way and figure out kind of how that would look. Now, utility right of ways can be pretty flexible. So I think if we just kind of do something like that, and then we'll connect it up right pretty close by. I think we can just connect it up to here for now. And then as we build out this way, we can change that. But then we also need that water and sewage pipe. We'll do that combo pipe, and then we'll follow the same right of way. Now, in real life, if this were to happen, it would likely be that these would be probably about at least a couple meters apart, not right over top of each other. But that's okay. It works in the same kind of same what am I saying? It works in the same kind of space in a way, right? Okay, so now that that is in play, we should see that all come to be. Now the power should be connected here, unless this road isn't connected, unless I didn't actually end up connecting it, for example. No, that looks connected. So maybe there's just a delay, and that looks connected. Okay, so now it's connected in to this line there, and then that was actually flowing. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Well, there's some reason why that was happening, but that's okay. I'll clean this up afterwards. But I just wanted to make sure that we got some of those trucks going and stuff over here. Now we also actually have a bit of a deficit in stone, rock. So I thought that this would be a cool opportunity as well to kind of add to that. So why don't we get a rock grind mill somewhere over here? Actually, this is the farmland. I don't think it should be too close. Maybe we can get it by the power plant, actually. Yeah, why not? Let's get it over here. Add a bit more use to this land over on this side. So we'll get the stone grinding mill, and then we can get it right beside the parking lot that we placed in. And yeah, this will work out great. All right, so hopefully that adds enough to our production facilities and stuff like that. And then now we're looking back over here. So we have a bit of a traffic jam with this left-hand turn. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking a roundabout here is probably going to be the best bet. Now, if we do a roundabout here, not doing a roundabout on this side would be a bit of a strange thing. It would be kind of like almost like a dog bone intersection here. But I think this is an issue for another day. Because look at this. This is looking really, really cool. I do think it might be time for a park. So if we look at some of these larger parks, let's go with these ones. Large city park, large plaza. Do they both fit in here? No, the large plaza doesn't fit in our grid. And then the large playground definitely does. But let's do the large city park. We'll get it right here. It fits perfectly. Yeah, there we go. That's very cool. Right off of the main street here. Actually, I might want to flip it around. No, that's okay. We'll do that, and then we'll add a couple more trees on the backside of this park here, so it kind of looks a bit forested, and add some natureness to it. I don't know. Add some natureness. Why not? Okay, very cool. And then over on this side, we're still working on this area here. We have a ton of demands. Let's make sure we're not overdoing it on either end of things. Good. We're still playing it very safe in the middle here. Yeah, we're trying to get to this next milestone so we can get some offices in. And we're not going anything over on this side. This is the elementary school, so I think maybe we get some more medium density housing by the park here, right through the elementary school kind of area. And then maybe we get some more mixed density right through here. And we might actually want to think about getting mixed density in this pocket here too. And then we can leave this side open for, say, a high density building. We'll change up the height disparity and kind of move the taller buildings a bit more into the middle of the grid in this side of things. So that could be cool. We could get like 2 back to back like this. That would be neat. And why don't we actually continue that a little bit further with a larger lot? And then we actually just killed the zoning, so I'm actually going to take these out right away. Don't want to go any further. But then high density commercial, should we just get kind of a couple more of these through this main street along Laurel Street? Yeah, why not? We're in the yellow here, which is cool. I want to save some of these larger buildings and stuff down through here for other things. Figuring out how we're going to play this whole peninsula out is still kind of an idea in my mind. Still trying to figure that all out and stuff. But yeah, a ton of commercial demand, industry demand too, which I definitely maybe want to think about moving some of that industry out of this pocket here and into another area. And after we get a few more maybe residential buildings, medium density, yeah, maybe a bit of medium density on the back side of these. And we'll do this one too. Ooh, police requirement already, holy cow. Crime right away. Let's think about now moving the landfill because the landfill is in some prime real estate. So I want to think about maybe moving the landfill out over to here by the rail. We have this good connection point near the highway and stuff. So I thought that this would be a cool spot to get that landfill going. But we have some difficult terrain issues, right? So we can't just kind of go right off of this. So if anything, we're going to need another diversion off of here, bring it up onto this side, maybe have the landfill over here. But we could also just remove the land. That is an issue, right? And that could be cool as well, because look at this. We're already down low all over here. So why don't we just slice it right off? All right, then this gives us a cool opportunity to get a road in right here and swing it out over along this little hill we've placed, and then we can get our landfill out over here. This gives us a ton of space for the landfill. Should we get anything else kind of... Oh, I don't actually like how this looks. Let's change this corner up. Awesome, okay. So now we can move the landfill out over here. Now we do have some traffic through this area. I don't love that we did this in this direction, in this fashion, so I'm definitely thinking about changing this up sometime. I thought this would be a good... Hey, look at that! I was being critical, but then look at that. We hit our next milestone, so that is awesome. And then we get those office buildings, which is very, very cool. So we got the high density offices, the high speed highways, whoa, combustion engine bans, and city promotion advertising. Okay, cool. Wow, very awesome. That is very cool to see. And then the next milestone is big city, and we just increase our loan. All right. And then the next large one is large city, and we just increase our loan. Everything's just a loan increase at this point. So we have everything unlocked apparently at this point, except for the signature buildings, which we just need to work on over time and stuff. It would be cool to start getting some of these commercial signature buildings in place, but we don't really have too much high density going yet and stuff, and some of these ones would be cool to get as well. Oh, we're almost at the dairy house. Then the offices, well, we definitely aren't near, but it would be really cool to get those going soon. Yeah, look at this traffic jam. Oof, 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 oof. Well, that is definitely something that we're going to need to sort out next time we're in the Ontario side of the city of Waterway, Garno. But Oh, look at this. We're almost full anyways. So this would have needed an upgrade anyways. So we're going to need to empty this and then relocate it. Or can I relocate it right now? Nice, I can relocate it while it's full. That is too funny. Yep, look at that. It's all removed. All right, well, that is a fun little hack. So let's get this down through here. Probably even just a bit further. We can go right down to the train station, or the rail yard here, which is pretty cool. And then let's get it to about here. We'll bring it up. We'll try and match the grid. All right, so yeah, that was pretty awesome. We definitely cleared out that garbage that was causing us issues over here. And then we can think about deleting some of these roads now and stuff. But we need to move the sewage outlet as well. So the sewage outlet, I'm going to extra static tank. Okay, cool. Let's move it all the way over to here. All right, now that we move that, we'll probably see this pollution over here dissipate over time. And then we can also remove these roads. Look at this. We're clearing space up for next time we need to build out this way, which is very, very cool. Whoop. Whoa. Oh, did not mean to do that. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, wow. I meant to slope everything, smooth everything out and stuff. Not that. So let's, yeah, this is great because now we've cleared out the space for this neighborhood, and then we can also get this connection in through here if we need to. I am worried about the traffic, but it looks like it's actually cleared. So very, very cool. All right, we've done a lot today. And this is looking really, really good. I'm really enjoying how the city's looking. I like how we added in a park too through here. But what is next in kind of our thing? Well, I guess maybe we got to start thinking about offices, right? Because I'm sure we have some highly educated people now and whatnot. Let's see. Well, we have a lot of college students, so let's get some offices in place. So looking at the city, I'm thinking this would be a cool spot. I know we kind of took up a bit of spot with a bit of this land with medium density, but that would be a good spot for some offices. We might need to switch some of that up. But perhaps we look at getting some offices right through here. So let's go high density offices. Let's just zone up this one whole block right here, and we'll see what kind of pops up with that, because it looks like we've already killed the demand with just that one block. So we'll have the office block over there. And actually, you know what? Maybe we remove this one here. Yeah, and then maybe we think about adding a parking lot. That would be good in the sense of game mechanics. In real life, this would be very valuable land, right? But that's okay. Let's get a parking lot right there. Okay. Very cool. So we'll let these come in. Oh, look at the height of that crane. That is very exciting to see, that height is going to continue through this area. Let's look at some development points, because we have a ton of development points to spend. We have some underground parking. That could be really cool to kind of have through our downtown core. And then automated parking building. Whoa, that's a bit too high tech for me. The power plants we're good for the time being. Water treatment plant, that could be good because we just moved the sewage outlet flow, or sewage outlet further away down the river. But might be beneficial to kind of think about getting that in soon as well. And then hospital too, that could be cool because we just placed that clinic down, and that was definitely just a stopgap measure. We could also add in, say, a recycling center and an incinerator. That could be really good as well. We got to watch out for the air pollution if we do that. The recycling center could be also really interesting to get. I might actually do the recycling center because we're still making a ton of profit, so I can kind of play around with it a little bit. We also have the university up next as well in education, and the fire station as well. We could get a larger fire station, but we're also good with that. City Hall. Let's get City Hall in. Yeah, let's do this. City Hall. Central Bank. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for these buildings. And then we'll deal with transit another time. And then large sports parks. Oh, okay. Tourist attractions. Oh my gosh. I love this. All right. Well, I think we know what we're doing next time we're in the city. Post sorting facility too. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for some of these. But we definitely need to get in that recycling center because we're just dealing with garbages. So let's hope and pray that's going to fit somewhere in this area. Otherwise, we're going to need to do a bit more work. That is the landfill. So the recycling center has some cool additions as well that we could add on. The depot, the hazardous waste collection point. Very nice to have that beside train tracks. That seems safe. But storage extension. Okay, so we have some areas to play with, but in the meantime, let's fill this all out with the landfill. All right, so that is good. We got that City Hall now. So City Hall, a center for different branches of local government. So it removes some interest in the loans and also some import costs. That's very good because we were having some issues with that earlier because of some of these buildings that were importing ore and stuff, which doesn't seem to still be sorted out. So that's interesting. Now, when I'm thinking about City Hall here, this is a really large building. I was thinking, should it be the same kind of situation of Parliament buildings? But I don't know if there's a signature building or something like that that would be a good replicant for that. So let me know if there's something that you know of that I don't know of that would be a cool replica for a Parliament building, a federal government kind of building in the area. Otherwise, I will be using the City Hall for this, the time being at least. So I'm going to plop it down right here. And we're going to need to add a bit of land around it. So there we go. We'll add a bit of land right around it because we'll get some paths and stuff around this area. But if not, this building is pretty darn cool. Really, really like this. That is for sure. Okay, this is going to set ourselves up really, really nicely for future episodes. And these office buildings look very cool. Don't actually like how close they are together, though. So I think we're going to have to spread that out. I don't love that. There's so many of them in this one pocket. So definitely take back what I did earlier, particularly these ones. I don't love those. I'm wondering if that could become one building. That would be nice if it could. So let's maybe think about, say, removing zoning right there. Hopefully that could become one building then. Nope, still two. Let's see. There we go. Very cool. And then we can sneak a path in right behind here as well. We'll stick close to one side of the building. Definitely like this now. Yeah, these are some pretty tall buildings. Very, very cool indeed. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to call it here, folks, because we've run out of time. But look at this. This is coming along really nicely. We've done a lot today. We added a bunch to the downtown core. We got our Parliament building, or a replica at least, to the Parliament buildings. And we also moved the landfill away. We also added some ore all the way over here, which is so far away. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. And we also added some stone over here, which is missing some workers, lack of high skill labor. And added the recycling plant in. We'll definitely continue working out over here as well soon, because this is a very critical part of our city. And we'll definitely make some changes to the traffic going forward and transit as well, because it might be time that we start thinking about some larger capacity transit infrastructure. But we're leaving the city in a good place today, that is for sure. So I hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Let's get a cool screenshot of the city to end it off. And I hope you have a wonderful time. I'll see you on December 29th for the Skylines 6 live stream. Let's change up this screenshot here so we have a better shot of the city. There we go. Click that button and then click play. So I hope you have a wonderful day, folks. I'll talk to you on December 29th. Peace out.